Oh, hey. Hi, everybody. This is Auntie, and I have a public service announcement. Yes, you would call it that. This is the clapback to a big bag, or not. Don't think that you're going to bully or harass me on social media. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, to my new system refusal. All of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for auntie advice. Sweet old. It's time for auntie advice. It's time for auntie advice.
So, hi, everybody. Let me start here. This is not my first time at the rodeo. I have seen this script before. Different faces, same behavior. Same confidence from people who confuse being loud with being right. So, no, I'm not shocked. I'm not rattled. And I'm definitely not responding or rushing to respond. Because experience teaches you something arrogance never will. Every argument doesn't deserve your intelligence, and every challenge isn't worth your reputation. I don't flinch because I've already survived worse with less resources, fewer allies, and a lot more to lose. So if you're waiting on a reaction, understand this. I've outgrown performance outrage. I don't spar for sport. I don't enter arenas where the goal is chaos instead of clarity. Now, with that being said, I don't respond not because I can't, but simply because I won't. Let's get something straight. Silence is not confusion. Silence is not fear. Silence is me deciding you're not worth the energy it would take to explain something you're committed to misunderstanding. See, dogs respond to commands. Dogs bark when provoked. Dogs perform when somebody snaps their fingers. I don't. I don't clap back because clapping back assumes I owe you access to me. It assumes that your opinion deserves a rebuttal. It assumes I need to prove myself out loud, but I don't. I said what I said. And what I said stands with or without your comprehension. I don't argue with noise. I don't negotiate with disrespect. And I don't explain myself to people who were never qualified to question me in the first place. Understand that part clearly. I'm not calm, I'm controlled. And there is a difference. Calm is pretending you don't feel it. Control is knowing exactly how to end the conversation and choosing restraint because prison orange does not flatter my skin tone. People think that silence means you lost. Nope. Silence means I won. Because the moment I stopped responding, I took my power back. I exited this circus. I canceled your performance. You wanted a reaction, I gave you nothing. Dust. And here's what you really need to know. If I ever do respond, It won't be emotional. It won't be loud and it won't be messy. It will be final because I don't bark. I don't fetch. I don't obey. I said what I said. And frankly, I met and meant every syllable. But with that, let me just make sure I let the people know who were offended by a comment that was made about me living in an apartment. Let me say this slowly. There is nothing wrong with living in an apartment. Nothing. Shelter is shelter, peace is peace, and having a roof you can afford, enjoy, and maintain is not a moral failure. I don't shame apartments, I don't shame big houses, and I definitely don't confuse square footage with self worth. I own property, plural. But that doesn't make me better than anyone else. It makes me responsible for taxes, maintenance, and a whole lot of paperwork, but never superior. See, grown people like myself and like y'all understand this. Assets are tools, not personalities. But what is concerning, here's what I find concerning as I close this video. What actually deserves scrutiny is prioritizing men who live behind bars, who have no private toilet, no freedom of movement, and no control over their own daily schedule. That's the part you should be worried about. Not where I live or someone else lives, but who they're tying their future to. Because there is nothing aspirational about a man whose address includes a cell number. There is nothing romantic about supervised phone calls. There is nothing elite about building a fantasy with someone who can't even close a bathroom door. So, no, an apartment doesn't mean you're behind. A house doesn't mean you've arrived. And owning multiple properties doesn't make you better than anybody breathing. But chasing incarcerated men while critiquing other people's living situations or wigs, that's not class analysis. That's misplaced priorities, child. Worry less about floor plans, but worry more about your life plans. Because real status isn't where you sleep, it's the freedom to come and to go as you please. Do better.